Hello everyone, this is my attempt to make an instructional video about Darkseer in Dota 2. So this is just a game I played with 4 of my friends, so 5 of us actually know each other. Okay, so just a little bit about Darkseer. Darkseer is actually my favorite hero in the game. Why is that so? Is because Darkseer is unique in the sense that in Dota 2 he is one of the few heroes that can actually turn the battle, okay, even if your team is behind, okay, if you know what you are doing, okay, mainly because of his wall of replica. Okay, so most of the time, let's say your enemy team is spiraling out of control and you realize that you are losing a lot of times. Okay, a lot of times it's going to be very difficult to come back, okay, from the game. Okay, but the good thing about Darkseer is that
prepare for battle.
Just hold on, let me just change this perspective to myself. Okay, so I'm the Darkseer. Okay, so the good thing about Darkseer is that he's able to turn the tide of battle, like I mentioned, okay, which is something very few heroes I feel in Dota can do. Darkseer is a strategic hero. I'll talk more about that later. Okay, so just an intro to his skills. Okay, so you have vacuum. Okay, what this does is that it pulls all enemies, okay, into one point on the map. Okay, so basically you target the map and it will suck every enemy towards that point. Okay, so this ability combos actually with your wall of replica. Okay, your next ability is Ion Shell. Okay, what Ion Shell does is that when you cast it on someone, okay, it can be anyone, okay, it creates an area that will deal damage over time. Okay, this is one of its most powerful skills. Okay, it deals a lot of damage. Okay, if you think about it, 20 times 90, that's about 1,800 damage over time. Okay, and it affects everyone in a radius of 250. Okay, his third ability is Surge. Okay, basically this gives you maximum movement speed. This is great for running away and as well as setting up your combo, your teamfight combo. So very good. Wall of Replica, his ultimate. Okay, this creates illusions of enemy heroes. Okay, one of the most broken abilities in this game, I feel. Okay, especially with Aghanim Scepter, where you will do 140% damage. Okay, where the illusion will do 140% damage. Okay, so basically, for this game, we're actually playing against Ursa and Chaos Knight, okay, which in most pub games, if you see this combination, you'll go like, oh my god, Ursa, we're gonna get stomped. Okay, no, that's not the case, okay, because I'm playing a Darkseer, so I'm actually quite happy to see Chaos Knight and Ursa. Okay, so the Chaos Knight is trying to go on our team's slash track. Okay, but they decide against it. Okay, no problem. Okay, so in terms of skill build, okay, you are going to take 1 point of Ion Shell first. Okay, this is basically to farm without going into harass range of the enemy hero. So basically, as you can see, I cast the Ion Shell on the enemy creeps. Okay, and now on my creep. Okay, why am I doing this is, okay, you don't want to always cast Ion Shell on your own creeps. Okay, you need to look at the situation. You have a choice to cast between enemy creeps and your own creeps. When do you want to cast on the enemy creep is that when you don't want to really push the lane. So you cast it on the enemy creeps. What that does is also that the enemy will not be able to focus down the unit being Ion Shell. Okay, so now, okay, what am I doing now is okay, this is not my player's perspective. Okay, this is my perspective. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what am I doing now is, okay, as a Darkseer, okay, Darkseer is typically a hard lane solo. Okay, except this time I have a lane partner. Okay, as a hard lane solo, what you want to do is, okay, whenever you see the enemy hero disappears like that, okay, you have to go to check the enemy jungle camp. Okay, but what is different from other heroes is that Darkseer can actually interrupt the enemy's jungle pool, okay, by casting Ion Shell on either the neutral creep, okay, or on the enemy melee creep. Okay, that is very useful, okay, because it stops the enemy from being able to pull the jungle camp, okay, and stopping and denying you of the experience. Okay, so okay, As I mentioned, okay, typically Darkseer is I play him typically as a hard lane solo. Okay, in pub games, most people will not want to play a hard lane solo. Okay, so I prefer to I usually play that role cause I get solo EXP. Okay, and I'm not too worried about dying. Okay, so as you can see, I'm casting it on the enemy creep this time. Okay, so it's blocking out the enemy. Okay,
Not for you.
basically this is a really good lane setup for Darkseer. Okay, because we have 2 melee enemies. Okay, so again, I'm going to go into the jungle and disrupt his pool. Okay, this is very important to do as a hard lane solo. Okay, but you don't want to do this before you have Surge actually, because it's really dangerous. Okay, I actually did it just now without the Surge, which is actually really dangerous because you won't be able to get away if the enemy has stuns. Okay, but I know I was pretty safe just now because Lashrak was engaging the Ogre, so I wasn't too worried. Okay, back to the abilities. So okay, you're going to want to max out Ion Shell first, okay, regardless of the situation. Okay, this always has to be maxed out first. Okay, this is your bread and butter skill. Okay, farming, killing, team fight. Okay, then okay, what you want to do next is okay, you're going to take 2 points in Ion Shell and Surge. Okay, you only need 2 points in Surge for the early game. Okay, some people prefer to stay at 1. Okay, but I would argue that 1 is not enough usually for you to get away. Okay, 2 points is usually very survivable. Okay, especially as a hard lane solo, okay, you do not want to die. Okay, so arguably if you're hard lane solo, okay, 2 points Iron Shell, 2 points Surge, okay, as a starting, okay, typically. Okay, I would say always the case, okay, not typically. Okay, so after that, okay, you are going to max out Ion Shell, okay, but you will not take your Wall of Replica until you have at least level 3 in Vacuum. Okay, so okay, item build. Okay, I didn't go through this just now as I was coming out of the camp. Okay, basically the enemy has really bad. Okay, I'm going to search my lane partner to help him get away, but he goes aggressive, which he really shouldn't do. Okay, he should have just run away there. Anyway, okay, the enemy has a really bad lane setup. Okay, I thought I would be up against an Ursa and maybe someone else, okay, which would be really dangerous. But unfortunately, their lane setup is really bad. Okay, but I'm not going to talk about their lane setup. You can look on the internet for really bad, what do you call it? That Earth Spike. Really bad Earth Spike from our Lashrak. Can't remember the skill name. I used to play Lashrak. It's called Split Earth, sorry. Yeah, not very good Split Earths. Okay, but okay, anyway, I thought I would be in a hard, difficult lane. Okay, basically either a Jakiro or a Puck bottom. Okay, but anyway, I'm not going to talk about lane. Okay, items. Okay, so as a Darkseer, okay, you always want to get a Soul Ring. Basically that gives you enough mana to keep casting your Ion Shell, okay, to farm. Okay, so as a hard lane solo, what you want to do is you always want to keep inside EXP range, okay, but not close enough for the enemy to go on you. Okay, so Soul Ring will allow you to spam essentially Ion Shell on every crit wave, okay, and while at the same time maintaining your HP regen. Okay, I actually bought 2 sets of tangles, okay, which allows me to keep my health up, which is good. Okay, typically I would get only 1, which is good enough. Okay, but in this game I get 2 because I couldn't get a stout shield. Okay, typically what you want to do is, okay, you want to buy you are going to want to buy a Soul Ring recipe. Okay, because that is not available on the side lane shop. Okay, the other 2 pieces, the Sage Mask and the Ring of Regen, okay, is available in the side lane shop. So you want to buy the recipe, buy a stout shield, and buy a tangle. Okay, not 2 tangles, 1 tangle. Okay, so that will allow you to get your Soul Ring faster.
Radiant's top tower
Okay,
is
so
under attack.
okay, as a side lane solo, okay, you also, okay, I'm just digressing here. Okay, as a side lane solo, okay, what you want to have is really good map awareness. Okay, right now I'm noticing that a lot of heroes have disappeared on the map. Okay, so I'm not going to go forward. Okay, basically, okay, another thing that, as you can see, okay, the Chaos Knight is moving. Okay, the Chaos Knight is moving up. Okay, he dove past his crit wave. Okay, that is like one of the most obvious things people do when they are getting ready for ganks. Okay, if you see someone start to dive past their crit wave, you better run away as a hard lane solo. Okay, it is almost guaranteed there will be more than the heroes that you see on the map. Okay, and furthermore, my wards have ran out. Okay, so it's really dangerous. Okay, to go forward. Okay, so you can see, I'm really playing it safe. Okay, basically they are zoning me out. Okay, but it's fine. I'm already doing much better as a hard lane solo than I should be. Cause they are not very good players. Okay, but anyway, back to the item build. Okay, you're always gonna get Soul Ring first. Okay, after that, okay, you will want to consider either a mech or a pipe.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so that guy's gonna go on me.
Throw it! Oh, yeah!
Okay, but no problem. He's not gonna get a kill on me. I'm near my tower. Okay, anyway, okay. Typically in pro games, okay, you will see the support Darkseer go both pipe and mech. Okay, so for me, I would either get a pipe or a mech. Okay, depending on the enemy team. Okay, I made a mistake here by trying to go for pipe. Okay, I managed to build a Hook of Defiance before I realized I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so again, you don't want to go in that kind of situation where Chaos Knight is really near, because he can use his Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift on you. Okay, anyway,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, you need to look at the enemy team setup to decide whether to go mech or go pipe. Okay, what you need is really a lot of regen. Okay, so because Soul Ring consumes your HP, so you want high HP regen. Okay, high HP regen. So a mech or a pipe, okay, would give you that advantage. Okay, so basically, just now it was the same situation. I saw that a lot of enemy heroes are disappeared off the map. Okay, I can only see yellow. Okay, so and Chaos Knight was in a very aggressive positioning, so I wanted to stay behind. Okay, basically, if you want to set up for a gank, you don't want to stand in that kind of position. Okay, it tells the enemy a lot. Okay, so I noticed that the ogre is not there as well. Okay, so I decided not to go down. And true enough, he was hiding in the side lane shop. Okay, this kind of awareness is very important if you want to play a hard lane solo. Okay, I'm in a very dangerous situation now, which is why I'm using Surge to run away. I almost die here. Okay, fortunately, again, okay, the two of them are idiots. Okay, he used Reality Rift far too early. Okay, he should have used it after I surge. Okay, basically once I get my surge off, okay, they are not going to be able to kill me. Anyway, back to item build. Okay, as I mentioned before, okay, after you get a Soul Ring, you want to either get a pipe or a mech, okay, to get the HP regen out. Okay, arguably I should definitely have gone for pipe. Mech this game, because why? Most of their damage output on the enemy team is actually physical. Okay, basically it goes down to whether the main damage output from the enemy team is magical or physical. Okay, if they are doing a lot of magical damage, okay, for example, if they have like a Queen of Pain, Invoker, that kind of combination, okay, see, it's so obvious that they are trying to go on me. Okay, their positioning is way too aggressive. Okay, that's not the way you should be setting up games. Okay, you don't want to charge towards the enemy. Okay, they're going to see it coming from 10 miles away. Okay, so okay, magical versus physical damage. Okay, so okay, magical, if their main damage output is magical, go pipe. If their main damage output is physical, go mech. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, and after that, okay, you're going to want to go for either. Okay, you're going to want to go for your Aghanims after that, basically. Okay, but I'll talk about that a bit later. Okay, so basically, my team just pinged me to go on the Chaos Knight and the Ogre Magi. Okay, unfortunately I wasn't able to support him because the Ogre Magi was... Is he Ogre Magi? I can't remember his name. Alchemist, sorry. I keep saying Alchemist. The Alchemist was between me and the enemy team. So what I did was actually I just distracted the Alchemist by charging towards him. Okay, so basically he didn't realize that his Chaos Knight was being attacked. So I charged him and distracted him. Okay, so we're gonna take the tower easily. Okay, no problem. Okay, item build. Okay, after your Soul Ring and either pipe or mech, you want to go Aghanims, okay, to increase the damage output or War of Replica. Okay, but okay, so now maybe it's a good time, okay, since we are team fighting. Okay, in a team fight, okay, what you want to do is, okay, if you notice my, okay, this is an example of very bad positioning on my part. Okay, I should not have been that forward. Okay, and I almost died as a result. Monster kill. Okay, that was really bad positioning. Okay, I should not have been that far forward, and I should not have cast the Ion Shell on myself. Okay, basically Darkseer is a strategic long range support hero. Okay, that's what I can describe him as. Okay, so what you want to do is really you want to keep all your abilities in play. Okay, so if you notice, I have maxed out my Ion Shell and I am starting to take Vacuum. Okay, you want to get 3 points of this, okay, before you take War Replica, at least. Okay, so I mentioned, okay, he's a long range support hero. So what you want to do typically is, okay, the best case scenario is that your ally team should have some sort of the best case scenario is that you have some sort of a melee carry, okay, or a melee ganker. Okay, so you always want to cast the Ion Shell on your melee hero. Okay, that way it allows your ally to increase his damage output, okay, by a lot, okay, when he is attacking the enemy hero. Okay, and okay, what else do I talk about? Okay, that's for Ion Shell. Okay, Ion Shell, okay, in team fights, okay, cast on your allies, not yourself. Okay, you can also use it for farming. Okay, when you are farming, okay, we're just gonna go into a team fight now. Okay, so you notice I don't have a wall replica, which is very bad. Okay, so I notice all the enemies are low health. Okay, so I'm going to charge it, okay, with Ion Shell. Okay, I'm going to vacuum that back and I'm going to kite them. Okay, and I get 2 kills. Okay, typically that is not something you want to do. Okay, usually. Okay, but I saw the chance and I took it. Okay, basically, Darkseer really needs at least level, I would say 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he really needs the level 10 to be really effective. Now I take a War Replica before the vacuum because I think the team fight might break out. So you definitely want a War or Replica for team fights. Okay, so okay, the general idea is that, okay, if the game is transitioning from the laning phase into the team fight, sort of pushing team fight phase, right? Okay, then you might want to consider taking the War Replica first, okay, even when you don't have your level 3 or vacuum, okay, which is what I do here. Because I realize the team fights are starting to break out, okay, and you do not want to be caught in team fights, okay, without the War Replica. Okay, it's very important. Okay, okay, so team fighting, okay, basically, okay, for Darkseer, the basic combo for team fight is this. Okay, you search, you wall, and then you vacuum. Okay, some people will argue that you should vacuum before you wall. Okay, but the thing is that, okay, if you are a beginner, sort of like me, okay, I'm not very good at the game. Okay, it's going to be very difficult to get the wall off in time, okay, after the vacuum, because basically everyone is going to start running away after they get vacuum. Okay, so what I do is I almost always okay, wall first. Okay, and okay, for the choice of wall or replica targets, okay, you want to be really careful with who you wall. Okay, so in this game, okay, I'm going to go for either Chaos Knight or Ursa. Okay, especially Ursa. Okay, Ursa has to be your primary wall target. Okay, so okay, if you notice, okay, I'm actually saving my wall, okay, because I'm trying to find where is Ursa. Okay, and I see him, and I'm going to cast the wall on Ursa. Okay, that is your primary. Okay, that is your most important target. Okay, the enemy melee carry. Okay, very important. Okay, if the opponent has a melee carry, okay, you always want to cast the wall. Okay, you want to cast the wall on the main. Okay, this is really quite a retarded team fight. Okay, basically we only kill one enemy hero. Okay, after all has been done, the team fight lasted for like, what, 30 seconds or more, and yet we only killed one hero. It wasn't a good team fight basically. Okay, so
Sweet ablution.
yeah, Wall Replica. Okay, you want to cast it on the enemy carry to get his illusion. Okay, and then try to vacuum the rest of the team. Okay, into the fight. Okay, I don't really get a lot of very epic wall and vacuum combo. Okay, I have far better games than this. Okay. Okay, basically this is a very low kill game for me. Okay, usually, okay, if I'm playing with not so good players, okay, basically this game I think their positioning was okay, so that I didn't really catch all of them in the vacuum most of the time. Okay, but usually if you are playing against a team who has really bad positioning, okay, they're going to be clumped up. Okay, that is the perfect time for you to do a wall and vacuum combo. Okay, but before that, okay, always search. Okay, the important thing is that you must always search, okay, before you go in for the wall and vacuum. Okay, because this gives you maximum movement speed. Okay, it's not uncommon for me to actually not buy boots, okay, until very late game. Okay, usually sometimes I actually get a pipe aghanim and a sight of ice, okay, before I even buy the boots. Okay, because okay, once you have level 4 search, right, basically you don't need the boots. Okay, you will permanently be in search mode. Okay, so actually boots are kind of optional for Darkseer. Okay, and anyway you don't want to be caught in the front lines anyway. Okay, you want to hang back. You want to hang back and do your support, okay, using your spells. Okay, so yeah, I realized that okay, the enemy team doesn't have a lot of magic damage. Okay, so there's no point for me to continue to get a hold of the pipe. So I'm going to transition. Okay, I'm going to start to get Aghanim Scepter. Okay, so when you build your Aghanim Scepter, okay, you want to go point booster first, cause that will make you more tanky and give you more mana. Okay, and after point booster, you want to get Ogre X. I can't remember the name. The +10. Okay, that's a really bad wall for me there. Okay, that is a really poor example. Okay, that is not how you should use wall. Okay, that was an absolute waste. Okay, do not use a wall like that. Okay, that is a very bad example of wall. Okay, I was trying to wall Ursa, but he ran away. Okay, you should use it when Ursa is attacking something or someone. Yeah, you should wait until the Ursa is sort of stationary, okay, before you wall him, or at least you are sure that you can get a wall and vacuum combo off. Okay, so we're gonna go. Unfortunately, I do not have my wall raptor. Okay, see, this is the exact kind of situation you don't want to be caught in. Okay, you are assaulting the enemy. Okay, you are assaulting the enemy base. Okay, and I do not have my wall replica. Okay, that is a serious mistake for me there. Okay, fortunately, the team fight went sort of okay. Cause as I mentioned, the opponents is not very good. Okay, basically, after we had the tower, we should have backed off. Okay, we were way too slow backing off. Venomancer could have died there. Unfortunately, Lashrak saved it. Okay, and furthermore, the Ion Shell on the Venomancer helped with the damage output. So you see, it's really about thinking ahead. Okay, who you should cast your Ion Shell on. Basically, I sort of realized that Venomancer is going to be late backing out and he's going to be caught out of position. So I cast the Ion Shell on him. So whoever is going to be chasing him is going to be taking damage. Okay, anyway, we back out now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, Aghanim Scepter. Okay, so okay, you want to buy a point booster first, okay, and then the Ogre X, okay, for the +10 strength, okay, for more health, okay, and then you complete the Aghanim Scepter. Okay, so okay, another thing to note when you are playing Darkseer, okay, who to cast Ion Shell. Okay, back to Ion Shell. Who to cast Ion Shell on? Okay, it depends on whether you are farming or you are pushing. Okay, right now my team is trying to down the towers as fast as possible because our late game is worse than the opponent's late game, so we don't want to go late game. Okay, so basically I am casting the Ion Shell on my creeps so that when they push out, okay, it will push faster towards the enemy base. Okay, however, if your team is down, okay, you do not want to cast Ion Shell on the enemy creeps. Okay, what you want to do is cast the Ion Shell on yourself. Okay, so that after you farm, okay, you leave, okay, and the lane will push back faster towards your side. Okay, so if your team is down and you're not pushing, okay, don't cast the Ion Shell on the ally creeps. Okay, cast it on yourself, farm, and then get out. Okay, okay. Okay, vacuum can also be used in conjunction with Ion Shell and Surge to push a lane really fast. Okay, so that is another combination. Basically, that is a pushing combo. You don't want to do that until you are sure that the enemy team is mostly dead. Okay, and you are pushing. Okay, if not, you want to save your wall. Okay, you want to save your Surge wall vacuum combo. Okay, for team fights. Okay, so don't use that to push before the enemy team is dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so basically, how do you push as a Darkseer is that okay, you surge. Okay, you surge ahead, okay, of your creep wave. Okay, I don't have a good example in this game, okay, but in general, if I am pushing, as a Darkseer, okay, you want to cast Ion Shell on yourself, okay, and then surge in front of your crit wave, okay, and tank the enemy wave, okay, and then use vacuum, okay, to pull the whole enemy crit wave in, okay, including the range creeps. So that will help your ally crit wave push forward without any stopping. Basically, you don't want your own crit wave to stop, okay, which is why you surge ahead and destroy the enemy wave first. Okay, that's basically what you want to do. Okay, destroy the enemy wave before they engage your crit wave. Okay, that is as simple as that. Okay, so now basically I am waiting. Okay, you notice my so as you notice, okay, I was biding my time. Okay, I was waiting. Okay, I was waiting for the Ursa to charge out. Okay, basically so that I could get a good wall on him, okay, as well as a vacuum. Okay, so I caught basically 3 or 4 I basically caught 3 heroes, I think, okay, in that combo. Okay, the CK, the Alchemist, and the Ursa. Okay, you notice that the Ursa got sort of, I don't know if I got the kill. Yeah, so yes, okay, I got the kill on Jakiro. Okay, because basically the illusions, the Ursa and the Alchemist illusion was focusing on Jakiro and bursted him down, okay, really quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay, so another method. Okay, our Stardust is gonna die, so I'm just going to ignore him. There's no way we could have won that fight. Basically. Okay, so sometimes you need to know when to just let people die and get out. Okay, so as you can see, I get the Ogre Club. Okay, not Ogre X. Okay, I can't really remember the item names. Okay, so I'm going to go back to pushing out the lanes. Okay, so that's what. Okay, those are the 2 basic things that you do as a Darkseer. Okay, get a good wall vacuum combo off. Okay, a surge wall vacuum combo off in a team fight. Okay, if you get a good combo off, okay, you can basically turn a team fight that is going badly in your favor. Okay, and okay, if you notice just now, I didn't even have my Aghanim Scepter yet. Okay, so and that was already making a huge impact on the team fight. Okay, so once I get Aghanim, okay, basically, okay, I should be owning the enemy team. Okay, it is not uncommon for me to actually sometimes get the highest or even second highest kill, okay, in games, okay, because
Radiant's
of the
middle
Aghanim Scepter
barracks
combo.
are under attack.
A lot of people say that Aghanim Scepter is a situational item for Darkseer, okay, but I will argue that it is actually a core item. Okay, Darkseer should always have Aghanim Scepter. Okay, basically, if your team is losing so badly that you can afford nothing else, okay, get an Aghanim Scepter, okay, and get a wall vacuum off, okay, on the enemy carry. Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, basically the bigger the enemy carry gets, okay, the more damage output you have, okay, on your wall. Okay, so you don't want to waste your wall on anybody else. Okay, basically your wall should ideally be cast on the enemy carry only. Okay, and then you try to get a vacuum combo off on the rest of the team. Okay, even in the situation where the enemy is clumped up, okay, you want to cast the wall on the enemy carry first as well. Okay, the cast range of wall actually increases with levels, okay, but it's not mentioned here. Okay, but it does, the cast range does increase, okay, with the level. So you will be able to cast it, okay, from longer. Sorry about that. Okay, from a longer and longer range. Okay, so what we are doing here is that we're now pushing. Okay, so I'm going to cast Ion Shell, okay, on the crit wave to help it push faster. Okay, I am not going to use my vacuum yet. Okay, I'm still waiting for Ursa to appear, basically. Okay, so as you can see, I have cast my Ion Shell on our melee carry, okay, of sorts. Okay, although Starlight is not a good late game carry, but it's still decent. Okay, so now, okay, I get my wall. Okay, I get my wall off. Okay, on the Ursa, okay, and I catch 3 heroes in my vacuum combo.
Dire's top tower is under
Okay,
attack.
so I'm going to get a kill on the Ursa. I don't know why he charged out like that. Okay, so
Radiant's
that
middle
was
barracks are under attack.
okay team fight. It
Radiant's
wasn't the best.
structures are fortified.
Gather round.
Okay, so now the enemy is trying to use a disconnected hero. Okay, and basically he's feeding the disconnected hero to me. Okay, which is really dumb. Okay, you should not feed.
Much like my head.
Arguably, I stayed too long there. Okay, fortunately, the Chaos Knight did not manage to get a critical on me. Okay, otherwise I would have been dead. Okay, so I got lucky there. Okay, I stayed way too long. Okay, as a Darkseer, again you need to think strategically. Okay, in that kind of scenario where most of my allies are dead. Okay, and most of the enemies are reviving. I should not be still there. Okay, so now I teleport back to base and get my Arcanum Scepter completed. Okay, so now, okay, I'm going to start to own this enemy team.
Haste.
Okay, with my wall. Okay, so typically after Arganims I will get a Sight of Ice. Okay, and after that either a Shiva's, okay, probably a Shiva's or an Assault QS. Okay, if it goes really late game. Okay, Sight of Ice will help you shut down on heroes. Okay, the Ursa gets nuked down, no problem. Okay, I'm late to the fight. Okay, but again, you notice. Okay, notice my positioning. Okay, I stay back. Okay, in the rear. Okay, and I cast the Ion Shell. Okay, on my melee carry. There's no point for me to use my War Replica on this Jakiro. Okay, basically he's going to die. Okay, so I can just safely save my wall for later. Okay, and I use my vacuum to catch him out. Okay, because I know that Ursa was dead. Okay, I'm not going to get a wall combo off anyway, so I can use the vacuum to pull him back. Okay, for the kill. Okay, normally in this kind of situation, I would not use my vacuum to catch heroes out of vision. You always want to save your vacuum for a proper wall vacuum combo. Okay, that was a bad vacuum there. Okay, I should not have done that.
Are under attack.
Okay, so now you see, okay, my vacuum is on cooldown for another 10 seconds. Basically, if Ursa charges out now, okay, I will not have the vacuum combo. Okay, but luckily he's slow. Okay, so I notice that Ursa is coming out. Okay, I'm going to wall. He's going to charge through the wall. Okay, I'm going to vacuum all of them in. But unfortunately, my whole team starts running away and we have no damage on.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Okay, so that was a good combo. Unfortunately, we had no damage output, so we could not continue and stay in a team fight. Okay, but anyway, the illusions allow most of our team to get out. Okay, which is good. Okay, if the enemy team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, in the scenario just now, actually, if I were the enemy team,
Radiant's top tower
okay, I would have
has
pushed
fallen.
and taken down our middle tower. Okay, basically just take the tower and go back and back off. Cause one of us is dead,
Dire's
okay,
middle
and
tower
they
is
knew
under
that
attack.
most of our team was actually low on HP and health. Okay, so arguably they should have taken our mid tower. Okay, but they didn't. Okay, so good game awareness is very important. You need to know when to take towers, when to push, when to back off. Okay, I make some mistakes here in this game as well. Okay, so this is okay. Talking about game sense. Okay, this is kind of scenario where our Venomancer should not have TP in there. Okay, basically this is the kind of scenario where you should just let the tower drop. Okay, they have 3 heroes there,
Dire's
including the
top
Ursa.
tower is under attack.
We don't have our
Dire's
Lashrak.
top
Okay,
tower has
our
fallen.
Slala is still somewhere else. Okay, so and anyway, there was no defending that tower. Okay, so most of us were still quite far away. So basically, in that kind of scenario, you should just let the tower drop. Okay, instead of charging forward. Okay, a lot of players sometimes they will defend without looking at the situation and they will just charge in and they die and they feed. Okay, that's not something you want to do. Okay, it was really dangerous. Okay, for the Venomancer to TP in
Dire's
there
top
like that. Okay,
tower
basically
is
they had
under
3 enemy
attack.
heroes. Okay, Bane was sitting back. Okay, and the Venomancer basically TP right next to the tower. Okay, if I were a good player, okay,
Dire's
okay,
top
for example,
tower is under
if
attack.
Alchemist was there, okay, if I were a good player, I would actually camp right next to your TP point. Okay, once you come out, I will stun you. Okay, and then my 3 heroes will go on you, and you die, and you feed. Okay, that was what should have happened. Okay, unfortunately, like I mentioned, the enemy team doesn't really seem to know what they are doing. Okay, so yeah, okay, knowing when to let tower drop. Okay, again, this is very common in pub games. Okay, where at the enemy team, okay, which is us, we are pushing, and what is the rest of the team doing? Okay, they are out farming somewhere in the jungle where you can be caught out of position. So basically, I see Chaos Knight out of position, so we can easily go on him right now. But I can't remember if we do. I think we do. Okay, so basically they are idiots. Okay, you should not be farming in that competition and getting caught out of position.
Down. You're mine.
Okay, so basically the Chaos Knight gets caught out of position and gets killed. Again, why I cast Iron Shell on the left track? Cause anyway I knew the Chaos Knight would be attacking the left track. Okay, so I just cast Iron Shell on him to deal damage. Okay, anyway I knew that the support was coming anyway, so he wasn't really in danger. Okay, so same thing. Okay, I get a vacuum combo off on 2 heroes. Ideally, actually, I should have waited for the BKB on the Ursa to run out.
Swings over me. Your downfall.
Okay, arguably, I could have waited, okay, for the Ursa's BKB to run out, okay, before attempting a wall vacuum combo. Okay, again feeding. Okay, they are feeding the
My venom,
pump to us. Okay, so probably our Bane didn't have to die there. Okay, if I have waited, okay, for the BKB to run out before doing the wall on the Ursa. Okay, but we all make mistakes, so we all learn as we play. Okay, so I'm going for my Scythe of Ice. Okay, I bought an ultimate orb first, for increased survivability. Okay, some people actually buy Soul Ring and Vanguard. Okay, if you go Soul Ring Vanguard, okay, you don't need a pipe and mech. Okay, but a Soul Ring Vanguard is really for people who like to charge in themselves, which, in my opinion, is not really the best way to play Darkseer. Okay, but some people would disagree on me. It really depends on what you are playing. Okay, for me, I play a really heavy team fight support role. Okay, so certain people who want to get ganks off, they actually go for Iron Shell and Search early. They go for more points. Okay, but the result is that you have really poor team fight contribution. Okay, as I mentioned in some of my earlier videos,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
okay, there are several types of hero that you need. Or rather, basically 2 types of heroes in Dota. Okay, one is pushing and one is team fighting. Okay, you want a lot of heroes either have a balance or they are good in one but not the other. Okay, so Darkseer is good at pushing the wave, okay, but it's not really good at destroying structures. Okay, and if you don't have your wall, okay, basically you have no team fight contribution. Okay, so you don't want to get caught in that kind of scenario. Okay, which explains the reason for my build.
I die on the field and born. Out with you and your spark.
Okay, so Ion Shell on myself and our melee
Warhorse rises
carry.
from the grave.
Okay, so we have down the mid racks. Okay, so there's no reason for us to stay there. Okay, so we turn our attention to the bottom racks. Okay, again, okay, notice my positioning. I am staying behind. Okay, letting. Okay, I went in because I saw the enemy was clumped up. Okay, in that position. Okay, a lot of heroes, or rather, a lot of players like. A lot of players like to clump up behind the barracks when they defend. Okay, basically, okay, let me just change to free camera. Okay, a lot of heroes like to clump up right here. Okay, when they are defending. If you are playing against a Darkseer, you don't want to do that. Okay, basically, okay, I saw that they were clumped up here, so I charged in. Okay, got my wall and vacuum combo off. Okay, unfortunately, I did not catch the Ursa. Okay, but it's alright. Okay, I caught the rest of them. So if you are defending against Darkseer, okay, you don't want to clump up right behind the barracks like that. Okay, which is a lot of people do. Okay, even if you are not playing against a Darkseer, you should not be clumped up behind the barracks right in this area here. Okay, because for example, if you play against like an Enigma or a Tide Hunter, okay, with a blink dagger, what they'll do is they can just blink in and team fight out and use their ulti on you. Okay, so okay, Dota is a very positional heavy game. Okay, you don't want to be caught out of position basically. Okay, so okay, I have rotated top again. Okay, the general idea is that okay, I want to win games. Okay, so a lot of people, okay, like for example, okay, what they're doing is they want to push the tier 4 tower. Okay, but it's really dangerous to push a tier 4 tower, okay, because there are 2 towers there. Okay, you don't want to fight under the enemy tower in that kind of situation. So in a broad game sense, okay, I personally think that it's better to get mega creeps. Okay, which is why okay, after we down the bottom, I rotated up to the top. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a wall off on the Ursa. Okay, so you see, okay, the more tanky the enemy gets, okay, the better your illusions become. Okay, so I'm just using his illusion now to down his own tower. Okay, which is doing more damage into the structure than I am. Okay, I think. How much is this doing? 96 plus 80 plus 140%. Okay, that's how much damage my illusion is doing. Okay, so the illusion is still alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, I actually have more base damage than the Ursa, which is really weird.
Radiant's middle tower
Interesting. Okay,
Radiant's
so
middle tower
basically the
has
game is
fallen.
over by now. Okay, I know I have been jumping all over the place, okay, but I hope you have a better idea, okay, about playing Darkseer. Okay, so positioning, very important. Okay, knowing who to cast your abilities on, again, very important. Okay, so you see, I'm always casting the Ion Shell on my ally carry.
Radiant's ancient is under
Okay, perhaps this game I didn't demonstrate. Just let the sound effect be over. Okay, so so concepts that I didn't manage to demonstrate in this game, a fast push. Okay, for how to fast push the lane using a Darkseer. Okay, I mentioned it just now, but I didn't manage to demonstrate it. Darkseer is very good at that. Okay, use Surge, okay, Ion Shell and Vacuum to push the lane. Okay, the idea is that okay, kill the enemy crit wave before your own crit wave reaches. Okay, the enemy wave. Other concept that I didn't really demonstrate was saving enemy allies. Okay, so basically you need to look at the situation. Sometimes you want to cast the Surge on your enemy, I mean your ally, okay, to let them run away. Okay, faster than you, okay, especially your carry. Okay, if your carry is dying, okay, you can sacrifice yourself to save your carry. Okay, no problem with that. What else did I not demonstrate? I can't think of any offhand. Okay, if I manage to think of it, I'm going to put it in the description. Okay, so as you can see at the end of the game, I get 5-0 and 28. Okay, it is not uncommon for me, okay, to get okay, it's not uncommon for me to get the highest assist in the game, okay, and sometimes the highest kill, okay, using this build. Okay, so that's all for me. Okay, thanks for watching.